Nice, I thought, grounding session, get us grounded and centered, prepared for Christmas. So when you are ready, we're going live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube. Please sign up, subscribe, like if you are enjoying the classes, and let's get you in find your space, a nice comfortable standing position. Plenty of space around you. Yeah, get Christine out of the way. And let's start off just with a gentle shake of the wrists. And use the whole body, the knees can give a little bit. Really focus on that connection through the feet into the ground. And the vibration up through into the shoulders and the neck. Really let go and relax the shoulders. And just breathing easy in and out through the nose. And if you want to, you can just bang the heels a little bit into the floor, so create a little bit more vibration. It's really good for helping to strengthen the bones. And then just shake it out. Move in any way you want. Shake your arms, shake your hips, reach up. And then just come to a resting position. Let's just center ourselves by popping our hands just over our lower down chin, over our belly. Taking a moment, checking in with the feet, checking in with how you're connected to the ground through the heels. A little bit more weight through the heels. Give the toes a little bit of a wiggle. And just shift slightly forwards and backwards your weight, maybe side to side. See where you can let go in the lower body, in the ankles, in the lower legs, in the upper legs, where you don't need to hold any excess tension. And then tune into the spine. And imagine you've got like a string just gently lifting you from the crown, lifting you up towards the sky, creating space between each vertebra. And the tailbone, imagine you've got a weight on the tailbone, so the tailbone is pointing towards the ground, but watch that you're not then tucking the pelvis, because quite often if you think about the tailbone going down to the ground, you end up tucking the pelvis underneath, and we don't want to actually tuck the pelvis. We want to keep a natural, neutral spine here, that little bit of a curve, but almost visualize the tailbone being weighted down and the crown of the head just lifting up. So you're really connected to the earth and you're also connected to the sky. So you're just grounding yourself. And again, feel if there's any little allowed movement. And then we'll just take the feet a little bit wider apart. We'll just bend the knees a little bit more. I'll show you again from the side. We'll do our standing cat-cow. So bring the elbows up. So you're bringing the elbows back and looking up to the sky. So you're opening up the front of the spine. And now you can tuck the pelvis. So keeping the knees bent, tuck the pelvis round and lengthen the back of the spine. Keeping the knees soft, keeping the knees bent a little bit. Open the front of the spine. Looking up and then back. Breathing easy, extending and flexing. Use the ground, so push through the heels, connect to the ground. Keep the breathing easy, just however comfortable, natural it is, in and out through the nose. As always, no strain. Work on the quality of the movement. Let's do a couple more. And then just come back to standing. Walk your feet together. Just find that balance again for a minute. Yep, move the shoulders around if you need to move the shoulders around. Flexion and extension of the spine. Let's do some rotation. So we'll do it slowly to start off with. So go again to about shoulder width apart with the feet. Just hold your arms slightly outside, so not letting them just hang there. So just take them out a little bit. And I'm going to mirror you. So we'll rotate to start off with to the left, but we start with the hips. So the hips rotate, the lower back rotates, mid back, upper back, and then you look over the shoulder and then come back to the center. Slow, controlled movement, a little bit of bend in the knees. So we're leading with the hips, we're leading with the center. So we'll go to the right, so hips, lower back, mid back, head, then come back to the center. Make sure that you keep that tall spine, so keep really focusing on lifting and lengthening the spine to the sky. So all we're doing is rotating around your central axis. So let's go again, just arms slightly held out. So hips lead, so we go to the left, hips, lower back, mid back, look over the shoulder. This is the bit where you don't want that head pushing forward, so really keep that head lifted from the crown, come back to the center, and then go again to the right, hip, lower back, mid back, back to the center. And again, by focusing on the quality of the movement, let's just keep going. Keep a little bit of softness in the knees, so you can give a little bit in the knees as you rotate, so we don't lock any part of the hip or the knee out. And you may find it's very different one side to the other. Lead with the center. Lead with the center. And again, breathing easy. Even though we've got the arms held out slightly, make sure you're not hunching the shoulders. Slow, 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 slow movement. Really focus again on grounding yourself, being grounded, stable, strong through the legs and at the same time being lifted and lengthened through the spine. Let's do one more each side. A little bit slower, a little bit slower. Again, focus on the quality of that move throughout the body rather than just moving to the end position. And then come back to center. And again, just walk the feet together. Shake the legs out if you need to shake the legs out a little bit. Then we'll bring a bit more dynamic movement into that. So we've done this one before. Feet shoulder width apart. I just make sure I don't knock any plants over. A little bit of give in the knees. I'll mirror you, so go to the left first. You rotate around your axis. Just let the arms swing. So this time you're just adding a little bit of a swing to it. Let the elbows bend. Let the arms just hit across the body. Really, again, on this one, keeping the knees soft. Focusing on connecting to the ground through the feet, through the heels. And at the same time, lifting and lengthening through the crown of the head. So you're just going around that rotational axis. And again, you're driving from the hips. So let the hips drive the movement. So we're not leading with the arms. We're not leading with the shoulders. We're leading with the hips, and everything else just moves from there. Everything else just follows from there. Just again, breathing easy in and out through the nose. And then just slow it down, nice and slow. And bring yourself back. Step the feet in again just to give those legs a little bit of a rest. And then step out again. A good posture that I've been practicing, again, I've been working on in my own practice in the Qigong, is the tree, holding the tree. And I really like this for this sort of like grounding idea. So I'll show you from the side. It's the same thing as we just bend the knees a little bit. So we give a little bit of the knees and then we just round. So imagine you've got a tree and we're down here in the lower part of the body. So you're just holding that tree in front of you. So it's really good in holding a particular standing posture because you're actually strengthening the body by holding a posture. But you can also work out where you need to be strong and where you can actually let go and relax and soften. So focus on that grounding and really using the legs to root yourself to the ground, and then the shoulders down and relax, nice strong through the arms. Just breathing easy. And here again you can bring the focus, you can bring the attention to the breath, so you're breathing in and out through the nose. And in this posture, it's really a good idea to focus. You can play around with focusing on breathing into the back of the body here. So can you breathe into your lower back? Can you breathe into your kidneys? Breathe into your pelvis. So you're holding the posture, you're holding the position, but you're not holding the breath. It's a great posture for body sensing, being aware. Let the shoulders relax a little bit more. Back of the shoulder blades open a little bit more around the back of the body. Breathing deep. Not necessarily big, but just breathing deep into the body. And then just bring the arms down to the side. I'm really lucky because I can just look out and I've got the garden and there's the trees and a little bit of wind and it's quite nice and bright. So it's actually quite a nice place just to stand and observe. So if you get a chance to do that outside when it's comfortable, it's a really different sensation. It's a really nice feeling just to feel grounded, stable, strong, centered. Okay, let's go back to our cat-cow, but this time we'll add some rotation into it. So we'll go to our wider stance, a little bit of bend in the knees again. Now we rotate, and I'll mirror you, so we'll go to the left. So you're opening up and extending there, and then you come back into the center. And then right, remember to keep the knees bent. And then back down to center. So again, we are actually doing flexion, extension, and now rotation. You can tuck the pelvis as you come back to center. You can squeeze your bum muscles. You can open up here. Remember to lengthen the spine rather than just contract the lower back. So we're not just compressing the lower back, we're lengthening up, we're lengthening the front of the spine. Think of lengthening the front of the spine behind the sternum here, keeping that lower back in a fairly neutral, or slightly anterior tilted, but fairly neutral place. Good. Tom, I would just bend the knees a little bit more, so we're not actually reaching up here. It's not a reach. It's keeping low with the lower body, but opening up. And breathing easy. And again, one side may feel different to the other. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're perfectly symmetrical. So let's do one more each side. Again, focus on the quality of the movement rather than just doing the practice. And then when you've done that, just come back to standing. Good. Looks good. Another one that I quite like to do, we'll play around with, is we've done forwards and back, we've done rotation, let's do side to side. So again, in your standing posture with your feet shoulder width apart, a little bit of give in the knees. We lead with the hips and then you just let the upper body follow. So it's a bit like a Christmas Eve dance, disco, rave, whatever you want to call it. But just let the shoulders relax, let the head relax, let the head go with it. And again, use the ground, so push through the ground. And again, you might find one side flows easier than the other side. Really let the shoulders, upper back, head relax. Let that head go and then slow it down. And then just bring it to standing. Hopefully you don't feel too dizzy with that. again, we tend to think, well, we need to protect the back, we need to keep the spine strong, which we do, but we need to get that flexibility into it. We need to get that energy into it, and we need to get the blood flowing through it. So that's quite nice just to get that movement side to side as well, because if we're doing a lot of running or a lot of walking or a lot of things in that sagittal plane, we forget about this side to side movement. So you can flow side to side as well. Okay, let's just give the legs a little bit of a shake out. We'll go into our squat. We'll do it very, very slowly. So you're just breathing easily, a little bend in the knees. We'll start off facing the palms forwards. And then you're just lowering, lowering, lowering your center of gravity. Go to the point where you are comfortable. And then you just bring the arms up. When you come to chest height, you just open up the hands, just reach up to the sky, and then come back down. Slow movement. And then it's almost like you're picking something up from the floor, lifting it over the head, and then we'll come down again. And if you can get a little bit lower, that's fine, but again, no force. It's not about force. It's about quality of movement. Lifting up, opening up the spine. Slow movement. Keep going, I'll show you from the side. So I'm just folding down. Now I can go to that point where I keep that pretty neutral spine, or if you're comfortable, you can go a little bit deeper. Again, when you're coming up, you're just pushing through the ground. Be in control of that movement, be in control of your range of motion. Don't want you to be throwing yourself up from the floor. Let's do one more. So if we get to that point and you start tipping forward, that's where you need to get to and then start coming up from the ground. So I don't want you to tip forwards. So Tom, you need to start coming up now. Good. And just take a rest there. Yeah, just watch on that, because it's not about how deep can I get. It's, you want to focus on the hips, going low in the hips. If we get to there and then you have to start tipping forward to get further down, that's not the purpose of this practice. It's get to there and then come back up, rather than leaning forwards. Give the legs a little bit of a shake out. Let's finish off with, oh, they're all going, Julie's going. Let's finish off with, we haven't done this for a while, but we have over the past couple of weeks done our wall press and we have done our pull. So if we're comfortable with this, let's go for squatting down, right hand, left hand, pushing yourself back, coming back up. Like we said before, when we've done this before, I don't think you've done this one, I can't remember if you've done this one or not, Tom. Like we said before, if you get to the point where you need to reach forwards, just do a reach, rather than tilt forwards. But if we can get to the point where you can get there comfortably, then you can rock forwards onto your toes. Can you see me on my toes there? So you can lift the toes, rock forward on the toes, just a couple of steps, push back, then come back up. So let's just do one of those each side. So are we ready? We've got time, yes. So you can come down. So we'll go right hand first. So when we get to there, when you get to a comfortable position, pop your right hand on the floor. And then you tilt forwards, pop your left hand just ahead. And then you can put a little bit more weight through that upper body. Then bring yourself back into that squat position. Make sure you don't throw yourself back into that squat position. Use your feet, your heels, to lift you back off the floor. And then we'll go again. So slowly down. And then we reach with our left hand. If you need to rock forwards onto the ball of the foot, that's fine to start off with. You reach another hand forwards with your right hand, then you shift the weight over both, so you've got more weight through that upper body. Then you place yourself back, balance in that squat position, using the heels to lift you back up. That felt good on the legs. And then shake your legs out. And then just bring yourself back to standing. This time we're going to bring our feet close together. Pop your hands back again on your abdomen. And really take your time to tune in now to being grounded, connected to the ground, a little bit more weight through the heels, and at the same time lifted that spine, lengthened upwards. Let go of the ankles, so soften the ankles a little bit, let the ankles relax. Let the calves relax. Soften the knees, the thighs. If you're swaying around a little bit, that's good. So allow the body to sway a little bit. Relax the hips. Just use the strength of the connection to the ground and to the sky. That's your strength. That vertical line. So you're really in tune, balanced with gravity. Let the shoulders drop and relax. Let the breathing just come down to your center. So the head literally the head is just floating on top of the spine. Give the head a little nod if you need to, just to keep that spine long. Close your eyes if you're comfortable closing your eyes, and just really tune in to the natural micro movements through the body. Really tuning into how you're balancing. Good, and then open your eyes when you're ready. Step your feet out. Shake your hands out. Move around a little bit if you need to move around a little bit. And we will finish there. Nice, good session. We're back next Tuesday, so I will be doing the classes next week, Tuesday and Thursday as normal. But for now, let me wish you all a really, really happy and safe and peaceful and hopefully good as Christmas as possible. And I'll see you all next week. Have a great time, everybody. Thanks for joining, and have a fabulous day and a fabulous Christmas. Take care. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye. Happy Christmas.